Hey everyone, this is Ferro and with this video see 7 tips to help you succeed in your The Plucky Squire gameplay. The first thing we will check is the currency of the game, light bulbs. Since you start the game, you'll notice that if you hit trees, destroy bushes and kill enemies, quite often these will drop bulbs that you can use at specific points in the game with the character Martina to purchase art scrolls and ability upgrades. We will check about Martina more in detail in tip number 2. But bulbs are a rarity in some way, meaning that if you want to buy everything the game has to offer, you must search literally everywhere so you don't be short by the time you reach the end of the story. The game has a good thing that you keep your bulbs when you die, so you can take advantage of that to do some grind. I've made a video talking about that in more detail if the bulb grind interests you. Now for the second point, as promised, let's check Martina. She appears from time to time and she sells you art scrolls, one of the collectibles, and also ability badges and respective upgrades. In total you need 1400 bulbs so you can buy every single item. And if you want to get everything in the game, you must pay attention to one thing. Martina sells one scroll every time she appears for 20 bulbs, and you must buy that scroll at that time, meaning that you must have at least 20 bulbs with you every time you see Martina. If you don't buy that scroll at that point, next time you see her she will have a different scroll and you cannot go back to retrieve the previous one. For the upgrades, those are taken from point to point, so you can keep gathering bulbs and buy everything at the end. But I recommend that you keep upgrading some attacks during your gameplay, so that helps you to fight enemies. Now let's check the game's collectibles as our point 3. There are 2 types of collectibles in the game. Art scrolls, which you can find 50 in total, and glitch birds, which you can find 10 in total, 1 per chapter, and chapter 9 has 2. Art scrolls basically give you a bit of information about the game's development, design and details, while glitch birds are just a funny collectible for you to get. Actually, they explain in art scroll number 26 that the glitch bird was created because of a glitch in the boxing minigame. But if you are interested in getting all these collectibles, you must search both in the book and in the real world for them. Most will be found naturally in your gameplay, behind a tree, a bush or a wall, while a few of them require you to jump between portals or to go back some pages. For that reason you must literally look into every corner. Also, some objects like trees, for example, that contain an art scroll will have some white sparks around it to identify that it has a collectible and that you must hit it with your sword to get it. But if you want to check the location of these collectibles, you can also check my videos for that purpose. For point number 4 we have puzzles and also Minibeard. At some parts of the game you must solve puzzles to open gates, doors, to get a golden key so you can cross to the next area or page. Most of these puzzles result in the same process. You'll have some sentences on the floor with words that you can hit, remove and swap for other words to rearrange that sentence and change the environment around you so it suits your needs to progress. You will also notice that these puzzles will have a Minibeard, a little wizard that will give you some details on what you need to do. The help is not much, but sometimes it gives you exactly the information that you need to know what you have to do to solve the puzzle. Obviously, if you can solve it without talking to Minibeard, that's even better. So take advantage of the tools that the game gives you, such as the ability to tilt the book and turn pages, portals in different locations, the bomb stamp and the stop stamp to solve the puzzles. For the good and for the worse, the game limits your abilities to try things around, so normally you are limited in your tools just to solve the specific puzzle you are working on. You cannot try too many different things, but you also know that what you have access to is what you must use. As point number 5 we have minigames and the ability to skip them. The game gives you several minigames which you'll notice by the change of design, environment and game style, like catching the yellowfish, fighting the honey badger or training thrash drummer skills with the ghost of Krong. A lot of these are preparations for boss fights and also for the final boss, but if you don't want to do it or you're struggling to complete the minigame, you can just skip it. By pausing the minigame, you can see that the second option will be available to select and you can just do that to advance faster into the story. Point number 6, let's talk about indications to use Tumba's dig ability and also the bomb stamp. During chapter 7 you find a character named Tumba. He will help you on your journey with his ability to dig specific spots. And if you don't know what to look for, you must search for an X mark on the floor. By approaching these eggs, you will be prompted to call Tumba to dig the spot for you so you can get whatever is under the ground that you need. The same goes for when you gain access to the bomb stamp. Some things that you can blow up will have an explosion symbol on top of it, whether it's a box with an R scroll inside or a puzzle that you must solve with bombs to move an object around, as for example in chapter number 9. Keep an eye for those symbols and you'll see that many things will make much more sense. And finally, for the last point, number 7, we have accessibility settings in the options menu. At any point in the game you can pause it, go to the options menu, and the last choice is called accessibility. Inside here you have 5 types of assist that you can activate to make your gameplay easier. These are the jump assist that will make your jumps higher, especially during platform parts of the game. Then you can also select to show hidden portals, as some portals are hidden until you approach them. This will make them visible from far away. You can also disable falling platforms because in platform parts of the game, some platform pieces will fall once you step on it. This option will stop that. Then we have the invisibility that makes you not lose health points when enemies hit you. And finally, the one hit kill that works exactly as it says. I'm not sure if activating these will void you to unlock some trophies, but you are free to give it a go and leave a comment for other players to know if they can use it or not. And this is it. I hope this video helped you with some doubts that you had or some struggles you were passing through during your gameplay. If yes, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Also, do not forget to check my other videos where I cover all collectibles locations and other specific trophies related to puzzles and rearranging sentences. See ya!